Problem number 4 is 28 8/10 yards, or 28 4/5 yards. I will not be doing number 4 because number 4 was on the video. Number 5 is 9 feet 7 inches. And number 6 is 80 yards. Now, do like you always do. Count how many you missed, put the minus number on the front of your paper, and then the big difference here will be, you don't have to do it right this second, but don't forget to reply on the discussion board and tell me something like, you can type in your reply, but 6.11 minus 2 if you missed 2, something like that, so I know what your grade is. If you want to give me more details, like minus 2, but one of them, I just missed the multiplication or something, well, you give me all the details you want. I'll adjust the grade accordingly. I'm not worried about the grade. I'm worried about what you understand. So as long as you take the time to stay with the video for the ones that you missed, that's what's more important anyway. Number 5 is often missed because they're very unfriendly numbers until you notice something. I would draw a picture for number 5. We've got a very tall man, and we've got a not so tall pole. The pole is casting a shadow of 3 feet. It's a 6-foot pole. The man is casting a shadow 4 feet 9 1/2 inches. That's an unfriendly shadow. But if you know that the pole is twice as big as its shadow, in other words, if you see the scale factor of 2, you can just apply the scale factor of 2 to the shadow for the man. And maybe the easiest way would be to make the 4 feet into inches. So 4 times 12 is 48 inches. Because then you can add the 9.5 inches to that for 57.5 inches, which when you apply the scale factor of 2 and you double it, you could double this 115. You don't need the traditional algorithm. 2 halves is a whole, 2 sevens is 14, 1 whole and 14 is 15, and 2 50s is 100. 115 inches, but that's not really meaningful for the height of a person. So then you divide that by 12 and you figure out, let me actually do it because there's something interesting about this too. 9 12s is 108. Get a remainder of 7. Now, sometimes students will put 0.7, 9.7. We weren't counting tenths. Remember, 0.7 means 7/10. We were counting 12ths. But actually, if we're counting 12ths, that 7 represents the number of 12ths that are left over. That represents the number of inches. That's why it's 9 feet 7 inches. An inch is the 12th of a foot. If you have 7/12 of a foot, you have 7 more inches. The number 6, the proportion would be 10 over 40. Because those sides correspond, equals 20 over x. Nice scale factor of times 2 there. You can get your 80 that way. It's the easy way. Okay, that's how we're doing homework. All the feedback that you would get if we had unlimited time in class, or if I had the opportunity to put my hands on your homework and give you feedback when I grade it like I always do, is contained within the video. You don't need to watch this part. If you get them, if I say the 3 answers, you get them all right, you can skip to the next Nearpod slide. Speaking of which,